What's up, everybody, man? It's your boy Dub Q, and I would like to welcome you to Between the Lines Podcast, man. You already see what time it is. You see the topic, you see what time it is. Should the Carolina Panthers try and acquire Jaylen Ramsey from the Los Angeles Rams?
Hey, Q!
Look, before we get into it, make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Make sure you make that notification bell go ding, and come on in here. Man, make no mistake about it. The LA Rams are now in full-on rebuild mode after they went out, got a lot of veterans that they would like to, signify that were Super Bowl winners because they went out and won the Super Bowl a couple of years back. With that being said, they cashed in on all their guys and they made those draft picks really disappear over there in LA. So now, be it as it may, Stafford and the crew is now on the downward spiral. Sean McVay has to implement in a new group. And make no mistake about it, some of these veterans are now becoming available. Hence, Jaylen Ramsey, cornerback. Look, the former Jacksonville Jaguar has done nothing but achieve possibly the greatest cornerback of this new era, being that he has been the guy for the last 4 or 5 years that's been at the top of the mountain and hasn't looked down since he's gotten there. Look, Carolina, before I state anything, if you ever had a chance to get Darrell Revis in his prime, if you ever had a chance to go and get Dion in his prime, if you ever had a chance to go out and get a Josh Norman in his prime, that's for you Panthers fans. Yeah, you know how we felt about Josh Norman in his prime. But anyway, this is the guy that you go out and you make a statement with. And Frank Wright, when I say if you want to make any trade that would signify that we were in full-on win now mode, you go out and you get Jaylen Ramsey. You go out and you get a guy that could really solidify shutting down the opposite side of the field of J.C. Horn, because you already got a shutdown corner in J.C. Horn. But with this guy, look out defense. Now a good defense will go to a great defense, a potential elite defense. Scott Fitterer, I see what you're doing right here. If you potentially go out and get this guy, he's going to rebuild the Legion of Boom all the way over. Think about it with me right now. Think about it. With a 3-4 defense coming in under Evero, you potentially reshape, remold this entire front seven. You get some quality depth behind these guys. You bring it in a Jaylen Ramsey. You go and you get a Bobby Wagner, potentially a Bobby Wagner at linebacker. Pair him with Louvu. You got Brian Burns. Derek Brown is already there. You go in the draft and you get an edge rusher or two. You got potentially the new Legion of Boom here, because you got Jeremy Chin and Xavier Woods sitting back there in that backfield. And my God, I can call this an elite defense with Jaylen Ramsey in the building. I am butchering his name today. But make no mistake about it. I love this acquisition if we can do it. You make sure that you go get a guy, because like I said, how many chances do you have to get a all-pro corner while he's still in his prime? We got Stephon Gilmore, and that was a good pickup for Scott Fitterer, one of his first trades when he got here. And I have to say, I think that we gave up like a 4th or a 5th round pick. I think it was like a 5th round pick for him off the top of my head, but just trying to remember what it was. Stephon Gilmore was like 30 years old, 31 years old at the time, and he had just came off of another perennial Pro Bowl, the former Defensive Player of the Year. Look, that's what it took to get him through the door. Now, I could argue the point, had we had kept Stephon Gilmore, we wouldn't have even had to be in the position to get Jaylen Ramsey. But that's another video for another time. Shout out to Matt Rule. But make no mistake about it, you got to take this thing into full perspective, what Jaylen Ramsey would mean to this team. You get a young guy that's, like I said, still has a lot to contribute to NFL, still has a lot to contribute to this team that he would come to, and he could come in and immediately, like I said, lock down one half of the field, and he is a playmaker and a baller. You don't believe me? Let's look at his numbers from last year. Solo tackles for a cornerback, he had 64. It's like he a freaking linebacker out there. He had 64 solo tackles. Passes defended. He was second in the league for 18 passes defended last season. He had 3 forced fumbles. 3! And 4 interceptions last year. My God. May the heavens open up and shine on us in Carolina if we can get this guy screaming to me in a season where he knew that they weren't good, in a season where you could see the handwriting on the wall was they were getting ready to split this team up. And look, you could say that the effort wasn't even there and he got these kind of numbers. So imagine this guy motivated and ready to come to a team where wants him and needs him to contribute so that way we can have a step in the right direction. Oh my God, look out. But I'm telling you right now, Jaylen Ramsey, the former guy from Florida State, man, this guy would be a huge pickup, a huge addition. I think the Carolina Panthers should pull the trigger on this guy. If you have a chance to get him, look, the new Panthers assistant, D'Angelo Hall, is already hinting at the Carolina Panthers potentially trading for him. I saw an article where it's already saying we got whispers of this guy potentially, D Hall and the guys basically saying the organization is looking at him. So don't look. Go ahead and pull at him. Go ahead and tug on him. Go ahead and bring him on in here in Carolina. Like I said, the culture has been reset. I love these coaches. I love the signings that we have so far. I can't wait for free agency. This is going to be a off season of the champions. This is when it's done, in the off season. When you go out and win the off season, you go out and you get players like Jaylen Ramsey that can come in and take your championship level team to the next level. Now, I'm not saying we're there yet, but I'm saying this is how you build a championship level team. You go out in the off season and you make things happen. Shout out to Scott Fitterer. This has been your boy Dub Q. If you like more videos like this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel and show that love, man.